Sister, have you ever felt the crushing weight of complete aloneness? When the friends who promised forever disappeared, when the family you counted on turned silent, when the relationship you poured everything into crumbled, leaving you in the ruins, wondering how you'll ever trust again. The phone stops ringing, the invitations stop coming, and suddenly you're standing in a silence so loud it echoes through your soul. But hear me clearly. Your isolation is not abandonment. It is not punishment, and it is certainly not rejection. It is invitation. It is divine alignment. It is God clearing the room so He can finally have you all to Himself. In today's message, I'm going to share 5 powerful truths that will transform how you see this season. If you grasp these truths, they will shift your perspective from feeling forgotten to feeling chosen, from desperation to preparation. Let's begin. 1. God is protecting you through isolation. Your aloneness is not rejection. It is protection. The Bible tells us in Psalm 46:10, "Be still and know that I am God." Sometimes God removes people not because something is wrong with you, but because something is right with His plan. He sees what you cannot see. Some of the people you thought you lost were actually weights God removed to help you fly. What felt like abandonment was divine intervention. What looked like loneliness was God saying, "I'm jealous for your attention." As long as you have human options, you'll keep leaning on human strength. But when every door closes, that's when you finally learn to lean on Him alone. Think about Hagar in Genesis 16:13. Cast out, forgotten, wandering in the wilderness with only despair. But in that lonely place, she encountered God so personally that she declared, "You are the God who sees me." Her isolation became her revelation. The place where people abandoned her became the place where God found her. Your loneliness is God's invitation to intimacy. 2. God is developing your identity in Him. Before God reveals who you're called to be, He must strip away who others said you were. In 2 Corinthians 5:17, Paul writes, "If anyone is in Christ, she is a new creation." But transformation requires separation. It demands a season where the voices of the world grow quiet so heaven's voice can finally be heard. For too long, you've defined yourself through other people's eyes. You were someone's daughter, someone's friend, someone's partner. But when God isolates you, He's peeling back those layers of false identity. He's removing the labels others placed on you so you can finally see the name He wrote over you before you were born. Many women are taught to find worth in relationships, in being needed. But a woman who only knows herself through others never discovers the strength God planted inside her. That's why God strips everything away, not to leave you empty, but to establish you. So don't despise this aloneness. This is God's classroom where you finally learn who you are, when no one is watching, no one is validating, and no one is defining you except Him. 3. God is preparing you for greater assignment. Jeremiah 29:11 promises, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to give you a future and a hope." Your isolation is part of that plan. Not everyone can walk with you into what God is calling you toward. Some will celebrate your gift, but cannot carry your burden. That's why God is strategic about who has access to you during preparation seasons. Look at Mary in Luke 1. When the angel came with the most significant assignment any woman would ever receive, she was alone, not surrounded by a crowd, not validated by a committee, just her and God in a quiet moment that would change history. Her willingness to say yes in solitude prepared her to carry purpose in public. Right now, God is forming something inside you the world isn't ready to see yet. He's downloading vision, refining character, building strength you'll need for the next chapter. The caterpillar doesn't become a butterfly in front of an audience. Transformation happens in darkness, alone, uncomfortable, unseen. But when you emerge, you won't walk, you'll fly. 4. God is teaching you the difference between loneliness and wholeness. There's a difference between being alone and being lonely. In John 16:32, Jesus told His disciples, "You will leave me alone, yet I am not alone, for the Father is with me." Even Jesus knew abandonment, But he understood aloneness with God is better than companionship without him. God is detoxing you from the need to be needed. He's freeing you from addiction to external validation. As long as your peace depends on who texts back or who affirms you, you'll never be truly free. But when you learn to sit in silence with God and feel full, when you can worship alone and feel accompanied, that's when you've discovered wholeness. The enemy wants you to confuse loneliness with rejection. But your aloneness is not proof of lack. It's proof of calling. God isolates those he intends to elevate because the crowd cannot go where you're going. This isn't about coping with loneliness. It's about discovering you were never alone because he promised in Hebrews 13:5, I will never leave you nor forsake you. 5. God is positioning you for his perfect timing. Ecclesiastes 3:11 declares, he has made everything beautiful in his time. Not your time, but his. This isolation has an expiration date. The loneliness you feel today is preparing you for the community you'll lead tomorrow. Every tear is a seed. Every night alone is an investment. Look at Ruth. She lost her husband, left her homeland, followed Naomi into a foreign land where she had nothing. She spent days gleaning in fields, alone, overlooked, working just to survive. But God was watching. In his perfect timing, he positioned her in the exact field where her Redeemer was waiting. Her isolation wasn't wasted. It was strategic placement. The same God who orchestrated Ruth's story is writing yours. When his timing arrives, everything will make sense. Every closed door, every unanswered prayer, every person who walked away was part of the divine setup for what's coming. Beloved, hear me clearly. Your isolation is not abandonment. It is alignment. You are not forgotten. You are not overlooked. You are not behind. You are exactly where God needs you to be. The silence around you is not empty. It is full of his presence. The nights alone are not wasted. They are worship. The tears you cry in secret are not unseen. They are seeds of future harvest. This season is not punishing you. It is preparing you. Sometimes what feels like loneliness is really God pulling you closer. Sometimes what feels like rejection is really divine selection. Sometimes what feels like the end is really the beginning of your becoming. And when the right season comes, and it will come, God will not just bring people back into your life. He will bring the right people, sent by him, aligned with your purpose. He will not just restore what you lost. He will give you what you were always meant to have. The woman you're becoming in this hidden season is wiser, deeper, stronger, more rooted in who she is and whose she is. And when she emerges, she won't need validation from the crowd because she already received it from the King. So do not despise this season. Do not rush God's process. Do not compare your journey to anyone else's timeline. For in heaven's calendar, you are right on schedule. And when God opens the door you've been praying for, you will look back on this lonely season and thank him. You will thank him for every person who walked away because they made room for him. You will thank him for the silence because that's where you learned to hear his voice. So let this be your declaration today. I am not alone. God is with me. Say it until your heart believes it. Write it until your spirit feels it. Because when you embrace this truth, you will discover what countless women have learned, that having no one but God means having everything you need. Sister, your story is not ending in loneliness. Your story is unfolding into destiny. What feels like isolation is actually incubation. What looks like emptiness is actually God making room for overflow. Trust his process, because when he moves, it will be beautiful. And before you leave, I want to remind you, you are seen. You are loved, you are chosen, and you are being prepared for something greater. Stay faithful, keep trusting, because what God has for you is worth every lonely night. He sees you, he's with you, and he's not finished yet. God bless you.